Good morning, Crafty Friends. Sparkle here. Say, I hope you're all having a great day. I just have a really simple trifold signal, single signature journal that I wanted to share, and it's perfect for newbies or people just getting started. Um, don't feel pressured. Just have a little fun. So this was a junk advertisement that I got yesterday in the mail, and I saw it and I saw trifold. So I just folded it up, and then I wanted to scallop the corner here. But I don't have any cutting system or anything like that. I do have these plastic guides. I don't know what they're called. But I simply was able to put this down, trace it, and I just traced a scallop with this, and I cut it out. And now I have an edge. That's what I wanted. So any of this junk mail, because it's pretty thick. I don't know how thick it is. And it's okay if it has a seam here, because we're going to cover it. So just look at it and say, trifold. I like my fronts a little shorter than my back. There's no measurement involved. And there you go. This one might be a little taller, but I think it's the same size. It's the same size, and my measurements are pretty darn close. Okay? This was just a piece of old cardstock. And again, it was folded in half. I just opened it. This one's like a little bit bigger. This one's 12 inches. I'm just showing you can use anything. Fold it in, do this, and we can cut out a scallop. Now, if you don't have one of these, you could just freehand. Okay? Let's just turn it over. You could just take your pencil and just freehand a nice little edge that you want. Take your scissors and cut it off. I'm going to turn it over because I wanted this side to be out here. And I was playing around with it before, so yeah, just erase your marks. You're not going to see these anyway because you're going to cover it. So, if you don't have fancy edge, make your own fancy edge. You can round these edges off if you want. And of course, you could take a little more time and make them a little prettier. And then when you cut this, you take your paper and you put your paper in here. Now, you want this to end up here on this side. You better do it this way. So make sure you would trace this here and then cut it out, and then this would fit on top. And then if you're doing it for the inside piece, you'd do it this way. And then you'd have paper for there. So those are just ideas. So any of this junk mail you get, you can make into a little trifold or whatever. So save those pieces. The paper that I used today in my kit was from Daisy Journal Company. And it was this wallpaper paper, which I've already cut into. I'll show you. I've already cut my pieces out. Okay, so it's really pretty. It was just wallpaper, and I just thought it was going to be pretty put together. So what I'm going to do, and you don't have to scallop, you can leave the edge like this. You'd be perfectly fine. I'm going to put one signature in mine. So I'm going to use this one that I already mucked up. And I'm just going to, all I did was I literally went through my bin here of papers that I had made and hadn't used. This was a book page that I ran. Well, no, I apologize. It was a page from Edith Holden's book, and I ran this part through the printer. Okay, first I ran dictionary paper, and then I ran an image. And I folded it up, and I made a flap. We'll glue these down in its pocket. This was left over from my beach journal. These are just all leftovers. This is a piece of tracing paper, and it's some angels. I like little angels to go in my journal sometimes. This is a piece of paper from this kit. It was left over, so I just made a page here. Here's a piece of coffee dyed paper that I made, and then I just ran my dauber, my distress ink over. Okay, this is from my beach journal, left over. Perfect. Here's just a piece of scrap paper. Here's my signature coffee filter. So there's like 7 pages in here. There'll be flips and things like that. There'll be little pockets. So it's just a single signature, but you just want to make sure that when it goes in here, it clears the margin here and here. And it's okay that it sticks out. I don't mind. If you mind that, then just trim your book down, okay? If you want it flush, then just trim this off. But I'm not going to care. So it could go there, or it could go over here, and then it could just slip in. It just has to clear this piece in here. So this is 4 inches, and these are, I think, 3.5. Yeah. So as long as the width clears here, you're good. So this is just going to go in here, and we're going to decorate it. How simple is that? And it's junk journal, junk mail. So I took the liberty to cut out my papers to fit in here. And on the front, I wanted to put this here, but I wanted to put like another layer back here. Okay, not quite, not this big, just a little lip. I'll show you. So let's just take this piece here, and this is just some paper that I had made, and it was a scrap in my bin. So we're going to put this here. Decide where you want, what part you want to show. So I'm okay here. What I'm going to do is trace here, and then I'll show you. So this is, so we're tracing. And this is how you would cut the paper for this front piece as well. So let's cut this out, and I'm cutting under my line. Because you want to put this down first. I'll show you why in a minute. Now you don't have to do this. You could put lace up there. You could just leave it plain. Whatever your fancy. So I want it to just stick out like that, so that when this piece is on, you'll see a little bit of paper there, and then this will go back here. So I wanted to sandwich it in here. Okay. Something like this. Let's see how high. How high I want it. Okay. So let me get some more paper clips out. So I'm just trying to see the height. So that when it's closed, and I think, where's number 5? 3, 4, 5. And then when this is here, it's just another layer of fun to me, okay? You don't have to do this. You can do it on the gold side too. Well, you'd have to cut it that way. So that's my idea, what I was going for. So let's take this all off. I'm going to put my pages back in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, put them in order. This you could cut because you don't need all that, because that's going to be layered. So just cut it, I don't know, about 2 inches is good. Maybe 1 3/4. Okay, save these scraps. So this will get glued down here. Okay, but first I want to ink. I want to ink everything with my vintage photo. So, and you know, especially if you're a newbie, don't feel overwhelmed. Just go with your gut. I see paper and I see something I can make with it. Okay, I don't know if it's a gift or what. I don't do anything complicated, as you all know, but I like what I make, and normally when everything is done and put together, it is pleasing to the sight, and I hope the recipient, whether it's through a donation, you know, when I donate to the Wounded Warriors or the Women Warriors, you know, some of those people don't have anything nice just for themselves, just to look at, just to hold it, the aesthetics. Just to know that it was made perhaps with them in mind, you know, that they would be blessed. So I don't like to overthink. I don't go out there and do crazy big things like some of the talented artists I follow. I just do me, and I'm content with that. So I hope you just gain some confidence and just do something that makes your heart happy. Okay? So that's all I wanted, just a little lip there. So let's just add some glue up here. And it doesn't have to be a lot because we're probably going to do some sewing. I'm not sure yet. But let's just get this, you know, I don't want it too high, but I want it to be up a little bit. And any pencil mark that you may see, just grab it while you think about it. Okay? That's all I wanted to do with that. So, in typical Sparkle fashion, you know, I number my pages. I number my book, and then I number my papers, so I don't have to sweat that. I'm going to reinforce my seams before I put my papers down. And this is my medical tape. I should have stock in this stuff, huh? All right, so we're going to just put it on the seams of wherever the trifold is going to fold. Okay. Let's see if I can cut it straight with a ruler. I don't know. Sometimes I can't tear very well. Okay. and then reinforce. Okay? Because that's where my stitching's going to go, but I still like to reinforce it, you know, because it is paper, it's cheap, it's probably not designed to make a journal out of, but why not? Let's try with the scissors, if that might be easier. Okay. And this tape is beautiful because it blends right in. I've never had any problem with it popping up or anything like that. I don't think I'm going to do this seam. On second thought, let's do it. Because you hate to put all this work and time into your journal and then have something like the page come apart or something. That would be sad. Sparkle doesn't do sad. All right, so that's nice and firm. Let's clip anything that doesn't look right. And one more. And like I said, this is just something I do. I particularly don't like to put washi tape here because I usually end up having to glue it, and that's another step, and it could make it bulky. So I like my medical tape, and I've used this for years. And it folds nice, and it just gives you some security, and you can barely see it. So yeah, so we have our pages, and now when you put this down, you know, it just has a different layer up there. So let's see. I probably will, maybe I'll sew here, here, or just the outskirts. I probably won't sew. I don't like sewing down the middle because it makes it bulky. So yeah, we'll just put glue around the edges. And let's just make sure you clear your seam. And then I always go around and reinforce, even though you don't have to worry about it because we are going to sew. Okay, so that's one. And then two will be covering that piece that we made there. And you're going flush with the margin, not flush up here, okay? So. So it's going to be another 100+ degree day in the desert, but we still didn't get our monsoon rain. So I can hardly wait for the toads. No, I want the rain. I just don't want the toads. Okay, then just check and see if anything is sticking out where you don't want it to be. You might want to just trim here a little bit. Okay. So we're going to continue around here. And I think this will need to be inked as well. I probably didn't need to ink the other part, but we'll get this real good. And by the time you layer all the papers on here and stuff, it'll get nice and firm. My husband laughs at me when I get the mail. He says, it's junk. Should I throw it out? And I said, no, it's not junk. It's not junk. Okay, page 3, I believe is this one. Yes. So these are all the wallpaper pages from the kit. Okay. So and I don't think I use more than 3 sheets of paper. So if you have 3 sheets of a kit that complement each other and you'd like to do something like that, that would be perfect. Make sure you can fold. You don't want to go on the seam. And what I forgot to do was to ink. I normally ink over the tape. But that's okay. My signature is going to go over here, so that's okay. But I normally do that before I put my paper down. Okay, and then we want piece number 4, which I matched this one. Do I want it that way, or do I want it? I think I want it this way. So, yeah. So it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to have a lot of supplies. You'll need a good glue, something as your base, and then something to cover it. Now, if you didn't want to cover it, you could, what do you call it? Just put collage on the words and stamp. You don't have to use paper if you don't have something pretty that you want to use. Okay, so we have all that. Like I said, we're going to stitch around, so don't worry about that. Then we have 5 and 6. So let's put this one on. Let's ink our tape here. That's twofold. I do that because when I put my paper down, if it shows a little bit, there's ink there, then it's not so stark. So let's put this one on here. And this is a good way to go through your stash, and I'll show you in a little bit, and embellishments and things that you have made that could easily slip into a journal like this and pull them out. And I'll show you that I did that already. Okay, and it has to be inked. Make sure everything is inked that you want inked. Well, let's finish putting this down, then I'll go through it. And then this, will be here. All right. I want to round these corners before I forget. And then I'm going to let my ink dry just a little bit. Yeah, you should wait, Sparkle, until your glue is dry before you round your corners, okay? So let's just be a little bit patient, because otherwise things don't stay. We'll re-ink them in a bit. Okay, looking good, my friends. Um, see a little paper sticking out here, so let's just give this a little trim. Being careful not to cut your envelope, or you'll have to do a repair. I don't know where my big scissors are. They're gone. All right, let's make sure everything is the way you want it. Let's do the bigger punch and clean that up. All right, so we got that. Let's, don't need glue right this minute. Don't need scissors or pencils. Let's just give it a good inking. And then I want to take it over to the sewing machine. So I will have to be right back. Let's see how it looks. So, pretty fancy, huh? And then when we put this little puppy in here, it's gonna be nice. And it's something you made. So I'll be right back. So here you go, my crafty friends. A note to the wise. I stitched this way on the inside, and I should have turned it around and stitched from this side, because these stitches are kind of faint, but it's okay. It blends in nicely with my journal, but you know, maybe in the future I would have stitched it on the outside, because when you fold your pages in. So our corners are rounded. That'll make it fold nicely. You have your signature in order. And like I said, if you don't like it sticking out, then trim it now. Okay, so we're going to leave it. So I want to just make sure my pages are the way I want them directionally. A little angel, copy dyed. And I just tore the edges on most of these, but you could round the corners and things like that. And everything looks good. So I'm going to get my signature kit out. And that I always keep with everything in the box, so you're not looking around for things. So I'm going to use probably this gold thread. You could use floss. Oh, this hasn't been used. You can use floss or thread. I like to use a wax-based. This is wax-based. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to use this because I have to figure out how to get it going. Well, my goodness. Well, we'll use one that's already been around the block a few times, huh? So I want 3 lengths. 1, 2, 3. And I want my proper scissors. Okay. So we have that. And we need a needle. And I'm going to use just this, the short one, I think. I have a really big one, but I think I'll use that and the I like to use this to make my holes. And then I need 2 paper clips. So, grab the needle, and these are amply and then make sure everything's where you want it, because once it's in there, that's it. And I decided I'm putting it on the left-hand side, but you could put it on the right-hand side if you wished. And I take these big paper clips and I put it right onto the book. And then I like to take my ruler and make sure my pages are snug. You can leave this loose if you want, if you don't want it so restricted, but I'm just going to paper clip it on here as well. And then again, just make sure everything is snug, because you don't want your pages wonky. I do not measure. I just will poke. So, this is where I want them to come through. And I want my strings on the inside. So, when I stitch, I'm going to come down the middle first from the inside. But right now we're just making some holes. So there's 1, and come down on the bottom. There's 2, and then the same distance, roughly. There's 3, and I just leave this one in for now. I've always done that. I don't know why I do that, but so we want to go down the middle. This is just a simple pamphlet stitch, and then hold the tail so it doesn't go through. Take this out. Now you want to come up the front hole or the top and go down the bottom hole. If you take your time and get your holes in there right and just follow your plan, go in the middle. And come up so you have string on either side of the seam here. Make sure this is taut, because you don't want it to be all bunchy. Let's just make this a little bit more even, because I'll probably tie something down there. And then I just double knot. So I want to make sure I'm on either side, which I'm not. Okay. And just tie a couple knots. And I like to put some glue there on my knot, just because. Now you can either tie a bow here. We're just going to leave our edges. Let's put a little bit of glue on our knot. That just reinforces things. We could take this off. We could take this off. Put our needle back. If you keep organized as you go, it's not so overwhelming. And then when I go to do this again, I have all my supplies ready. This is just an instant ink box. All right, so that's there. That'll dry. So then I just go through and I press all my seams down so that my book will open nicely. I may put glue on here so it's a pocket. So nothing's sticking. I'm not going to glue this one. Well, I should. That's just tracing paper. I don't want it to get caught on anything. Oops, whoops. Went the wrong way. Okay. Everything looks good. My seams are nice and taut. These are from my hubby. I have to get him to make me some more. Alright, so that's all good, and that's going to fold in there. This will come around. And there you go. Now you could say you were done if you wanted to be done. You could just, get some foo-foo stuff, tie it around. That's probably what we're going to do for a closure. We're just going to tie something. I'm not sure what yet, but something like that. And that could be done. But we don't want to be done yet. We want to play. So, normally I would put something on this seam here. So let me see if I have some fabric or something. Okay, let's see how this looks. Yeah, so I might put this on here just to reinforce this. Okay, the seam here. So I'm going to just open this, and I'm just going to glue this down, simply to reinforce the seam and to hide the stitching of my signature. So these are just all suggestions. You're going to have your own style. If you're a newbie, just do you. You don't have to copy any of the designers out there. They all started someplace too. And I'm a newbie. I've only been doing videos a little over a year. I've been crafting for a long time, but not putting it out there, so this was all scary to me, but I'm getting more confident. I just pretend you're all sitting here with me in the studio, and we're just hanging out. I don't even have copy today. Shame on me. Okay. Let's just go back here. And you want to use good supplies, the best that you can afford, because it does matter. I wouldn't put Elmer's glue or school glue on something like this. Okay? But this is Fabri-Tac, and it's well worth it. And there's other glues some of the other gals use as well. All right, so we have that. So this is my pile of goodies that I pulled. I have these gold foil things from Grabby, and I thought that maybe they could go like, I could cut them and make corners on these. So let's see how that might look. Let's do it on here. So let's just, they're stickers, okay? So let's cut it this way. See, I just thought they might look cute in here, but I don't know if we're going to be able to see them. I don't know if we're really going to be able to see them. Barely, huh? Well, let's just put one on here. I don't always know what I'm going to do, but I see these gifts that I was given, and then I think I should use them. So it's got a little color to it. We'll put it on there, maybe over here. Yeah, let's put it on here. You don't know till you try, okay? But yeah, they're gold. Maybe on the cover will it show? It's just a little flick of gold. Well, go back to where I was doing it before. So yeah, this is where it just takes time, and you're going to do you again. We all have a different style of art that we like. So it enhances the stitching a little bit. There's not much contrast there, but we'll leave it there for now. So that's what these are, and we'll see if we're going to use any more of these. Let's see, what else did I pull up? I have some birds. These are really, really pretty, these bird stickers, so keep that in mind. I had this strip that fell off of something, and I thought some of these pages were kind of bare, so let's just put this little strip on here just to dress up. Normally I would put some lace on the page edges, but I'm wondering, because of where the signature is, I don't want to be boxing it in, so we're not going to do that. But we can put some edges like this on here. We could take some of, like this was one of those envelopes that I made, and that could just go on the side here, like a side tuck. And then this is, this could be a little tuck spot. So stuff like that, you know, just go through your stash. I have some paper clips. Let's put this page down here, because you can never have too many pockets. We have a flip here. That could go in one of the pockets. Now, you know, the more you add in here, the bulkier it's going to get. But it's going to be okay, because we're just going to be tying this together. So the bulk's not going to matter way too much. I don't like that there. You know, and maybe we're just going to keep it simple on the front and put, like, this was one of the clusters I made with frames and things, and it's got a paper clip on it. So maybe we're just going to put something like that on there. It's a heart. It says precious. I like it. Yeah, take some of your flatter images, your flatter pieces. And put them in your pockets. Here's a little envelope. I make lots of things with paper clips, okay, so you'll see them in my journals that could hang out. Let's clip this shut here. Here's a little writing spot. So you see how it's all falling into place? So say you were happy with this setup. I think I want to put these birds on here. I don't know how that'll look, but these were also from Grabby. I did their July. They asked me to do their July. What do you call it? Unboxing? Yeah, I like those birds. This has to get glued down here. Let's get this some more glue. So if we're going to put those birds there, then this has to move to up here maybe. Yeah, because I still want to put my tie in there. And I'm not too keen about them being there. So I don't know if I can move them. Nope. Once down, they're down. So just be mindful when you're putting them on. Yeah, let's just leave that there. Here's something that came out of the package. Just a little random sticker. Now you just want to be mindful that you're going to be able to close your book when you're done. What you want to close it with. It's a cute little sticker. I like that. I saw some lace. I thought maybe I wanted to put a little lace type pocket on the front. That's my little tea bag. Something like that, but I don't really like that. I think I'll like something, but then I don't. Well, this might be okay, but no, because I'll take away from my border here, and I don't want to do that. So let's just, for now, find something. I like this gold. I like the gold. So just a piece of gold and a piece of cotton fabric. And I'll put this on here. And we're just sort of tying it in a little knot. And then let's get some, excuse my reach, charms. We have one of these little pins that we could put on here, like a little dangle. And tie it a couple times, and then I'll glue my knot. More thumbs. Come on, Sparkle. Get it together here. Okay, so that one's there. So this one can go a little bit longer. Oh, what's this? That's a pretty button. Let's see if we can get this on here. It's got gold on the back. How about that? I don't know. I just throw things in my boxes, and then I hope that they'll be useful one day. I don't know where this came from. It's definitely one of a kind to me. So let's tie this one up closer to the top. All right. So there you have that. So there you have, it says precious. And then when you open it up, you have a single signature. And don't forget, feel free to add some more bling as you go. That says adorable. And it could be a tuck spot as well. That's just an envelope I made out of a receipt. As long as it clears the margin, you're good. And then you have your single signature with some pockets. And you're going to be able to have some journal spots and put pictures and another tuck spot. Oops. To get rid of that with my white eraser. That was glue from something. But once it's dry, your white eraser will take it off. So, here's a set of buttons that we could put in one of the pockets. Yeah, we'll just do it in the long way. Okay, so there you have it, my friends. You could do it that way if you wanted to put lace and stuff here, but I don't want it that way. I want to close it in here. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Take your junk mail and transform it into a work of art and just have fun. Just have fun. Okay? So, junk to treasure. Bye now. Be blessed. Have a beautiful day.